Hey guys, this is Jay with the Douchebag Brigade, and today I'm going to be breaking down what I feel my favorite Persona games are, or at least my list from. We're going to start with the worst and get to the best, and so this is going to have spin-offs of spin-offs, but not fully. So let's not start. I'm not going to get into the arcade fighting style games or the dancing games because I don't have a lot of experience. I have no experience with the dancing games because to me that just doesn't appeal. And the fighting games I did play, I believe, Arena. It was okay. It didn't hold my attention though, if that makes sense. It wasn't like, the brunt force of like, this is awesome for me. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to include any of that. I'm just going to include RPGs, JRPGs. I mean, that's really, what I like and what I play and what I feel I have the actual knowledge and experience to discuss. The other things I don't necessarily have as much say in the matter, and I don't know if my view holds as much merit. So this is what I know, and so I'm going to take it from there. So my first game on the very bottom of this list, and people are going to definitely disagree with this, but for me, I've got to put Persona 4 Golden. Hear me out though. This is only because I felt there was nothing better in Golden from the original. And I love the original. Even the voice actress for Chie kind of annoys me a little bit compared to the old one. It sounds like she's constant, like almost like a little kid, but not not quite like a teenager yet. I don't know, it's just something off that I don't quite like. And then the voice actress is good in other things. I've heard her in a lot of things, but she just doesn't appeal. And that's what I'm going to start with, and it's really just because I felt it was a waste. Whereas Persona 3 Portable had more content and gave you an option to have it like a different storyline. This one just felt empty to me. You could go out at night, and that was cool. That was a good adjustment. But Marie, I mean, I don't know that there's really that much of a point to her. I don't know. It's just an opinion piece. Not much to it. I'm putting this on the bottom. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's a fantastic game. But I'm putting this on the bottom because I felt like it was a waste of a retread. What I would have liked for Persona 4 Golden would have been to be a definitive version with a lot more content, a lot more story choices, and maybe, a multitude of confidants or social links or whatever. That would have been relatively interesting. But I felt we just got it was just wasted product, wasted material. Not sure how you want to say it. Just felt not fantastic. My next one is Persona Q2. I know that in many ways this game is better than Persona Q1, and I'm in agreement with that. And we get the inclusion of the Persona 5 cast, and there really is some merit in there. But something about going from playing 1 to 2 felt empty. And I think what it was that 1, though most people hate Persona Q, which is going to be next, it's just right above Persona Q2. Yes, they fixed a lot of problems, and the story is somewhat better in Persona Q2. But Persona Q1 introduced me to the gameplay, and I felt like I think this is the main turnoff for me. Defeating FOEs does not have the same satisfaction in 2 as it did in 1, especially when it comes to the reward of the persona that you receive. The personas were like made it feel worth your the effort. And in PQ2, it just feels like they're not high enough for you to really value what you just did. I don't know. I just lost interest in PQ2 faster than PQ. PQ had me going for a while, and PQ2 just, I don't know. Maybe it was the idea that I got to drop so many characters that I've already built up. I don't know. And I didn't like how you have to bring certain characters with you to do the side events. Like, I want to use the characters that I'm using. I don't want to have to mix and match. I just want to use what I'm using. So, basically, it's going to go PQ2, then I'm going to put PQ just ahead of it, just above it, just barely. My next choice is Persona 4. Persona 4 is a really interesting game, intriguing, fun. I loved it when it came out on PS2. It was, I think, my junior year of college. I was sick, so instead of being out to be able to go out and party and enjoy myself, I was staying home playing a video game. And you know what? It really saved me, because I was so bored not being able to go and do anything. I mean, you can only study so many hours in a day, and then to not be able to go out drinking with your friends and partying, it's kind of like, what do you do in college at that point? And this game did it for me. I mean, we didn't even have football season. It was already, it's end of football, so it's nothing to do. So Persona 4 is an amazing game, and I don't want anyone to think that it's not an amazing game because of where it's being placed here, as we're still in the bottom list, basically. We're at fourth worst, or I don't know how you say this, countdown to the best. So yeah, I guess we'll do it this way. My number 6, would it be? I guess something like that. I don't know. So that's Persona 4. Fun, amazing game, memorable, great gameplay, great change in the upgrade of the battle system. But again, lackluster to me as far as being an upper echelon game for me. Now, let's get over to my next choice, which is going to be, I'm just going to put Persona 2 and EP together here. I love Persona 2. I mean, actually, you know what? I love it so much, I'm not even going to put it here. I'm sorry. I'm going to say Persona 5. Retread that. I wish I knew how to edit better. Retread that. Persona 5 is here. Persona 5 is unbelievably fun, addicting, exciting. Story is awesome. Everything about it is great. It is really the ultimate version of the 3 through 5 games, and it brought back the speaking with demons, which I love. And in fact, it's just an incredible overall game. If you haven't played Persona 5, which I doubt you haven't, but if you haven't, you need to play it. It's amazing. But it just doesn't make the top chart for me. Because the one that does make the top chart out of 3 through 5 is 3. And I'm going to use the FES here, because even though the answer seems like a waste of time to most people, if you're a hardened SMT individual like myself, it's so much fun. It's fun to retread and fight these stronger bosses, stronger persona. It's just fun. It's overall fun. So I'm an FES person. I'm going to put Persona 3. I'm actually going to put Persona 3 PSP right under Persona 5. And I'm going to put Persona 3, the original, above Persona 5. That's how I would rate those games as of right now. Next is going to be Persona 2 IS and EP. Talk about incredible game from a story perspective. And yes, I am with you guys. I love turn-based. I love the press turn system, And I know that it's a little bit of a turnoff, especially coming from 3, 4, and 5 to go directly to 2. Because it just feels like you have less control. And in the PSP version, they really tried to bring it back to an old school, the more similar, aligned style of gameplay. But in my opinion, when I play on PlayStation 1, I really have a great time. Because something about setting stuff up and letting it go and just having the ability to just pause it in between those motions, there's something tactical about it that makes it more interesting. And I'm really a huge fan of 2 in multiple ways. It's just a great game. The mutations and the concept of mutation is so cool that it really implores me to play more. It keeps me going. I like that you have the ranking system for the demons, and I like that your characters can actually summon demons higher than their level. that's an awesome thing. But now we're gonna get to Persona 1, and that was my favorite of the group. And I know this is the strangest answer, and you've probably seen my Persona 1 underrated game list. I have not played the original PlayStation version, so I don't want to mislead anyone, though I'm sure it's basically the same game. I've played the PSP version, and I was blown away. I mean, it's got a battle song, and I'm not a rock fan. I'm more of a hip-hop rap kind of guy, R&B guy. But it's got a song that you don't really get tired of, no matter how many random encounters you run into, and you're going to run into a lot. It's a fun song. It gets you going for the fight. It's enjoyable. Past that, you have a tactical system, and people hate this, but the grid that's there adds a level of tactics that you don't get. It's almost like bringing a little bit of SRPG into your JRPG, and I love it. It changes up the format, and it makes things different. And that's something that I think that people take for granted, but I truly find it to be incredibly fun. I had a great time with all the Persona games, but Persona 1 just held my attention. I mean, there was never a moment where I felt like Persona 1 bored me. The storyline was great. The battle system to me was fantastic. I enjoyed setting everything up in the battles. The only thing, and just like my complaint with 2, I am huge on the press turn system. Some format of it, whether it's the alignment press turn system from like Strange Journey, or it's the Persona, you add a turn for the weaknesses with the all-out attacks, Digital Devil Saga, where you you get half a turn, or Shin Megami Tensei 3, where you get the full turn for each weakness exploited. I love the idea of exploiting weaknesses. And if I could change one thing in both Persona 1 and Persona 2, it would be the addition of some sort of gain or advantage that you would really get for exploiting a weakness, because you don't get that. And it's good to have resistance or immunity to stuff and figure that out. But at the same time, if you could actually incorporate some sort of press turn value, it would really be cool. Even if it was just like, something to warrant explaining the weakness and using some more tactics. I would enjoy that. But honestly, there's nothing bad I can say about Persona 1. I mean, some of the characters, I guess, are forgettable because I didn't choose to play as them. But I mean, really, it seemed like the characters were all pretty interesting and, run their own line. The story's interesting. There's nothing I could knock here. It really isn't. And because of that, I think that anyone who doesn't give this an actual try is not really being fair when they say that they're describing everything that comes in the Persona mainframe. If you're going to be a Persona fan, and I'm more of a Mega 10 SMT fan, but if you're going to be a Persona fan, experience it all. Try them all. And don't just give up on 1 and 2 because it's different. Give it time. You'll be happy you did. Anyway, this is Jay. This is my Persona list. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please, comment, give me your opinions, and certainly feel free to give me your lists of the worst to best Persona games in your opinion. Alright, this is Jay. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.